Good morning. My name is Cathedra Winston. I am a youth rap facilitator with Wraparound Orange County, Florida, and today I'd like to talk to you about creating your rap plan. So let's start with the 5 key recovery concepts, which are hope, personal responsibility, education, self-advocacy, and support. So let's start with hope. There is much to hope for. You can get well and stay well for longer periods of time. You can set goals and work towards those goals, and you can lead a happy and productive life. Whenever I'm feeling low, I find things that inspire hope, whether it's a movie, a book, or inspirational music. The second key recovery concept is personal responsibility. You are the expert of you. You know yourself better than anybody else. You know what you want, and you know what you need. And it's important that you take personal responsibility for your own wellness and your own life. I take personal responsibility by updating my rap whenever there is dramatic changes in my life or added stressors. The third key recovery concept is education. It is important that you're knowledgeable in all aspects of your life so that you make the best decisions for yourself. There are many ways to stay educated today. You can use the internet, you can go to workshops or lectures, or you can even ask people with similar experiences. The fourth key recovery concept is self-advocacy. It is important that you are a strong advocate for yourself. It is important that you ask others in a clear and calm manner for what you want and what you need. And it is also important that you know your personal rights so that you insist others respect them. The last key recovery concept is support. Supporters are people who care about you, people who value you, and people who will advocate for you. In the rap world, we suggest that you have at least 5 supporters. Different people bring different things to the table. Not everybody's available when we need them. And most importantly, we don't want to dump all of our problems on one person. So let's talk about building our rap plan. We start off building our rap plan by our daily maintenance, things that we need to do every day to give us the best chance at having a good day. So your daily maintenance may include waking up on time, eating breakfast, maybe exercising before work, or that 15-minute needed morning shower. Some days you might need a little bit more, so that same 15-minute shower, you may need a 25-minute shower. But make sure you can identify the things that give you a chance of having a good day and start there. Next, we want to talk about building a wellness toolbox and wellness tools. Wellness tools are things that we're good at, things we like to do by ourselves or with other people, things that maybe calm us down and things that maybe uplift us or brighten our mood. In my wellness toolbox, I have things like exercising, binge watching my favorite TV shows, or even letting the sun and fresh air hit my face and body. Once you've identified your wellness tools, you can also add diversionary activities to your toolbox. Diversionary activities are things that you can do to distract you when maybe there's something heavy going on. Diversionary activities are usually inexpensive. A lot of times you can find them around the house. The diversionary activities that I like to do are making homemade stress balls, scrapbooking, and even making homemade ice cream. We begin our wellness recovery action plan by talking about triggers. And triggers are those external things that we may not have control over, but when they happen, we know may cause a negative response. So once you identify what those triggers are, you then want to make a triggers action plan. And using things in your wellness toolbox, you want to put in your action plan so that you can respond appropriately when maybe you're triggered. The next thing we want you to identify is those early warning signs. Early warning signs are those internal feelings, our body's way of telling us that maybe we've been rubbed the wrong way or something more may be going on. Maybe your heart starts to beat faster or your hands start to sweat. Maybe you clench your fist. Maybe as a conversation gets more heated, you start to pace. So being able to recognize these signs, we can then create an early warning signs action plan, and from our wellness tools, put something in place so again we can respond appropriately. We then want to talk about when things are breaking down. I'd like to look at this section as maybe your last chance to intervene before a full-blown crisis. When things are breaking down, things are persistently getting worse. You may be using some tools from your wellness toolbox, but things again seem to get like they're getting worse. Maybe you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and then all of a sudden it's 3 or 4 days that you've been waking up on the wrong side of bed. And even with your wellness tools, you may need to do things a little bit more severe. This may be the chance where you need to seek professional help, whether it's get an evaluation, go see your doctor, or even seek some counseling. Maybe you need to sit down with your supporters and tell them what may be going on in your life. But once you do that, create an action plan for when things are breaking down so that you can intervene in that process. Afterwards, we want to create a crisis plan. A RAP crisis plan has 9 components to it. The first is for you to recognize and identify what things are like when they're well. What do you look like when things are going well? Find some descriptive words that describe you. Are you more talkative? Are you more approachable? Maybe you're smiley and giggly and playful. But you want to make sure you add that on your plan so when you're not doing those things, maybe some of the symptoms from when things are breaking down, which is the second part of the component, will help your supporters identify. So maybe some symptoms of when things are breaking down are you're more isolated, you're not returning phone calls, you're missing work or school. So you want to write those down on the second part. The third part of your crisis plan is that's where you want to write your supporters and the roles that you want your supporters to play during your crisis. Again, you need 5. The fourth part is any medications or pharmacies that you use. This will allow your supporters more access to those things when you may need those. The fifth part of your crisis plan is any treatments preferred or treatments that you want to avoid. And these treatments don't all have to be formal treatments. They can be like getting a massage. I personally carry stress in my body, so on my crisis plan, one of my treatments is that I like to get a massage to kind of de-stress my body when things are stressful in my life. And then any treatments that you want to avoid. So if you've tried something in the past and you know that doesn't work for you, here is where you want to put it on your plan so that your supporters can honor. Number 6 is respite. Respite is a place that you can go outside of your normal environment that maybe you can relax or keeps you calm. So whether it's friends or family's house or a formal respite center in your community. So check out what's available in your community. The 7th part of the crisis plan is any treatment facilities. What treatment facilities are in your community? Maybe your insurance carries, you need to go to a certain place. So know what treatment facilities, whether it's for emotional health or medical health, that are available for you to go to during a crisis. Number 8 on the crisis plan is help from others. What do you need other people to do for you while you're going through your crisis? Maybe you have home responsibilities, children or pets, or even work responsibilities. So be specific of what you need others to do for you while you're going or recovering from your crisis. And then number 9 is deactivating your plan. How will your supporters know they're no longer needed? What's happening in your life? Where are you in your recovery that they know you're able to take back over your responsibilities? So again, you want to be specific with what you're doing so your supporters know they're no longer needed. After your crisis plan is completed, there's a post-crisis plan that's important as well, because sometimes when we go through crisis, there's some cleanup afterwards. So when you're doing your post-crisis planning, you want to look to see if everything on your crisis plan worked. Maybe some things need to be changed, maybe some things need to be added. Also, maybe there's some restitution. Maybe there's some apologizing that needs to be done. Maybe there's core. So whatever you need to do after the crisis, make sure you're able and stable enough to do those things. Use your 5 key recovery concepts to help build you back up to your daily maintenance. Know that there's hope. Things will get better. Things are getting better. Take back your personal responsibility by doing the things you need to do in your life. Keep yourself educated on maybe what has happened to you or new treatments that are now in place because of this crisis. Be able to self-advocate for yourself, asking people for what you want and what you need even during your recovery. And then lastly, with your supporters, make sure you thank your supporters for the help and love and support that they've given you during your crisis. So this ends the crisis and post-crisis plan. That's a wrap.